So there's an AC maintenance item that a lot of homeowners don't realize they should be doing on a at least yearly basis. And that maintenance item comes down to the cleanliness of your outside unit. And there's a lot of things about that outside unit, depending on which one you have, as to whether this gets done correctly or incorrectly, which we'll cover in this video. And then I'm also going to show you results before and after, showing you what a difference it can make, making the air that's coming out of your vents and registers a whole lot cooler. Therefore, your unit doesn't have to run as long and saving you a ton of money on your electric bill. So let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, so I just wanted to give you a quick baseline. I've had my AC unit on for about 15 or 20 minutes, so the air coming out is about as cool as it's going to get. As you can see, we're hovering around 55.6, 55.8. So let's go ahead, go outside, get that thing cleaned up along with some other maintenance items on it, and then we'll come back in and then see what the air is blowing at then. It should be a little bit cooler. All right, so here we are at my HVAC unit outside. I went ahead and turned the thermostat off to shut this thing off now, but we always want to make sure that the power is in fact off when doing this, and that's for multiple reasons. There should be a disconnect at any AC unit or heat pump where all you gotta do is pull the disconnect out. There's two things you can do. You can either flip it upside down and put it back in, which then it doesn't make the connection, but it's always best, in my opinion, to just leave it out on top so there's no mistakes. Then we want to go ahead and close this up because we don't want to get any water in there. All right, so the next thing I want to do is I always want to, and personally recommend, it's totally up to you, but I always take the lid off of my AC unit. There's multiple reasons for this, which we'll get into those as we go through the steps. And what I like to use for these screws is this screwdriver right here. This has a bunch of different nut drivers on it. That's the one we want right there, 5/16. That's almost always the size of the screw head on these AC units on the outside. But of course, then you also have these other sizes as well for other projects you might have. But like always, for your convenience, I will have affiliate links and a QR code up on the screen now that attaches those affiliate links so that you can check out all of the tools and materials that I use in this video in order to carry this project out. All right, so like I said, I'm just gonna use that 5/16 nut driver and work my way all the way around the top of my AC unit and taking out each and every one of those screws. All right, so now that I've got all those screws out, this is where then I want to very carefully lift the lid of my AC unit up. And I say very carefully because there are wires attached to certain areas of that lid for the fan motor. So I always pull up on the side where they are not attached and hinge it towards the side where they are. Once I've got that lid up, then I always like to take some sort of a stick or a pole to hold that lid up so it doesn't come down on me while I'm working on the unit later. All right, so now that I've got my unit open, we can kind of take a look inside here. And I clean my unit every single year. And as you can see, I've got some stuff down in here. Some people's pans are completely full of this. For the most part, it shouldn't be a big problem, but we always want to make sure when we're doing this annual maintenance that we're getting all of this cleaned out. So what I like to do first is I take a shop vac and I like to clean out all of the leaves and debris, whatever is in the inside of my AC unit. I like to get that all cleaned out first. All right, so two things we're going to want to use while we are applying the coil cleaner. One, I definitely recommend wearing some gloves. The spray nozzle on it, you're just going to get some of it on your hands and your fingers. And aside from that, whether I'm doing something that can be dangerous or not, anytime you're doing any work where something can splatter back on you or shoot up into your eyes, always recommend wearing some sort of safety glasses, sunglasses. I'm just wearing sunglasses since it's bright out here. Safety glasses, sunglasses will help protect your eyes from any of that happening. So make sure you're using these while you are applying the coil cleaner and cleaning everything up. So what I like to use is this one right here. This one's made by Frost King. I've used others in the past. There's some other really good ones out there. I really like this one. It's safe to use. It's got a low VOC formula, and it does a really good job getting the coils and the AC unit itself clean. Like I said, I'll have affiliate links down in the description down below where you can check this out, along with some other contenders, because sometimes these sell out that I've used in the past that also work really well. All right, so the way that I do this is pretty self-explanatory. So I like to just work my way all the way around the unit, and I'll start at the top of my coils, and I'll just go from side to side, and just work my way down to the bottom. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to get every square millimeter and centimeter of this thing, because again, it's like a foam. It's going to kind of spread, and then as it's sitting on the coils, gravity is going to also pull it down and inside, and that's just going to further help to cover everything up. Of course, you want to get it as covered as best as you can, but again, not a huge deal if you're not actually spraying every little square inch. So like I said, like to do that all the way around, start at the top, go from side to side, working my way all the way down to the bottom on all 4 sides of the outside of my unit. So now the outside is done, now I'm going to move into the inside. And like I mentioned earlier, I've got a double row of coils, so I definitely want to do this. But for me personally, I also recommend, even if you only have a single row of coils, I really recommend hitting it from the inside as well. Usually a bottle is more than enough to do the outside and the inside of a unit. Mine's a 4-ton unit, and then even have a little bit left over. That way we're attacking it from both sides, and then therefore getting the coils as clean as possible. So I just like to do the same thing as I did on the outside. I will just start at the top on one side, work my way down to the bottom on that side, and then work my way all the way around the unit to where all of the coils are then covered with the coil cleaner. All right, so it's been about 10 minutes or so since I sprayed the coil cleaner on. We're ready to now rinse this thing down. I would really recommend that you have some sort of a hose wand to where you can change the settings on it. I've heard of some people, they'll come out here with a pressure washer to clean this thing. Things with really strong pressure to them, with a strong stream. Even using your thumb and making a really strong stream can actually damage your unit. It can bend the fins on your unit here. And if you bend those fins over, air can't get over your coils as well and makes it less efficient. So that's why I like to use some sort of a wand. When I'm doing this, I like to use the flat setting or the shower setting. Definitely do not use the jet setting. You're going to really run a risk of damaging your fins and bending them over. All right, so same thing when I go to rinse off the unit. I will turn the water on and I will start at the top, and I will just work from side to side all the way down to the bottom. And this is to make sure that gravity is helping me to clean this thing all the way down. You don't want to start at the bottom and work up, because any residual that you have at the top is then just going to want to go down, and you're not guaranteed to get it all off. So really recommend start at the top, go side to side just like I did with the coil cleaner, and make sure you're rinsing out every bit of the AC unit. And you'll know that you're getting it clean and rinsed off properly as that foam dissipates and you're spraying it over it. You'll see there's no detergent in it. It's just clear water. And at that point, you know that you've got that area perfectly clean. And now that my coils are all rinsed down, now I like to pay attention to the pan. Use that leftover residue and what we sprayed on it to break everything up and get that pan a lot cleaner than it is. I don't get it to where I can eat off of it, but I definitely get it to where it's a lot nicer. All right, so that's all looking really, really good. It's looking really good here on the outside. You can see as we get up there nice and close that those coils, that's the silver you're seeing through there, those coils are super shiny. They're nice and clean again. And so therefore they're going to be able to do their job a whole lot better, which is going to make this unit run a whole lot more efficiently as a whole. So now that everything is rinsed out, cleaned up, and everything is sparkling again, now I can take the piece of wood that I'm using to prop up the fan motor and the lid, take that out, and carefully set the lid down on the top of the unit. All right, so when doing this, something to pay very close attention to, because there's a right way to put a lid on and a wrong way. So you want where this metal is coming up, this is what your lid actually screws to and attaches to. You want for it to be underneath of the lid itself, to where when you push it down, you can see that hole, that's where the screw goes in. Whereas if we go over here to the corner, see how it's not tucked up underneath and underneath where the screw is supposed to go in? You want to make sure you don't have any of this, and it's like this all the way around. Otherwise, your lid's not sitting properly and you're not going to be able to fasten it down. All right, so now I've got the lid seated properly. Now I just need to take each one of those screws that I took out in the beginning, use that 5/16 nut driver, and put them all in by hand. All right, so now that everything is cleaned up and buttoned up, before we start the unit back up and do our final test to see the change in temperature, another thing I would really recommend you take a look at, especially if you're somebody that your AC unit is near or underneath of trees, is this net right here. This is specifically made for AC units, and make sure that leaves, debris, even animals. I have an issue with lizards and frogs getting into here, but it stops any of that from getting in there through the top, through the fan. But as you saw, I had some stuff down the bottom. More so, I use this on my second unit for my new film studio that we're going to be in here soon, because it's directly underneath of the trees. But this is going to keep everything out of it so we don't have as much to clean up like I showed earlier. And it's just as easy to install as this. You just put it over the top of the fan itself. It comes with 4 bungee cords that go in corresponding loops all the way around it. And then you just attach the other side of the bungee cord to the guard that goes around those fins and coils all the way around it in 4 places. And it just holds it down just like that. Super easy, pretty inexpensive, and keeps your unit nice and clean and doesn't allow for a bunch of leaves to build up and really pile up inside of your unit. All right, so now that we've got our cover on there, our top is fastened down, the unit is nice and clean. Those coils underneath of the fins are actually sparkling. The fins themselves are clean. So this thing is ready to go. So we're ready to go ahead, start this thing back up, and then take our second test to see just how much more efficient this unit got just from cleaning it like I showed you today. But before we go inside and do our test, we need to go ahead and reconnect the AC unit. So open up the disconnect box and reconnect it. Go ahead and close that box up. Now go ahead, turn the thermostat on. And before I go inside, I want to make sure that the unit is running the way that it should. It's not making any weird noises. So I'll go ahead and turn it on now. It actually sounds a little bit quieter than normal, which that's another trade-off, or I should say a pro to cleaning your unit. It's one of the #1 things you can do to get your unit to be quieter. So definitely quieter, don't hear any weird sounds. It's running the way that it should. So now let's go inside, go ahead and take our secondary test and see how much we improve the efficiency just by cleaning this unit. All right, so here we are back inside, and as you can see, our thermometer is showing it is 52.3. It was at 52.2 degrees Fahrenheit. When we took our initial reading, it was at 55.6 to 55.8 degrees Fahrenheit. So we have increased the efficiency of the air that's coming out of here. It is colder by around 3.5 degrees Fahrenheit just by cleaning the unit. So in my opinion, this just goes to show how much you can increase the efficiency of your unit for me to be able to get my air down 3.5 degrees just by cleaning it. So if you're somebody that has not cleaned your unit in a year, 2 years or more, you could expect to probably see a lot better results than even this. And it only takes me about 15 to 20 minutes to do once a year in order to achieve these results. So not only will this save me money on my electric bill, but my unit's not gonna have to run as often, and then therefore this should increase the longevity of my unit and the parts that are on it. And like always, for your convenience, I will have affiliate links down in the description down below, and the QR code up on the screen also has an affiliate link to it so that you can check out all the tools and materials that I used in this video. Whatever you click on, it will take you directly to it so you can check out all of this for yourself. All right, so just really quickly, while you saw we got some incredible results just by doing this very simple, quick, and inexpensive maintenance item, there are other things about your AC unit you really should know about. Scams to look out for, other maintenance items like this that can save you a ton of money by addressing them on a yearly or semi-yearly basis. And the problem is a lot of homeowners just don't really realize that they even exist. So if you'd like to learn more about what those items are, things you really do need to be looking out for, and potential repairs that a lot of homeowners are able to tackle themselves, then all you gotta do is click on one of these 2 videos right over here. Whichever one interests you the most, all you have to do is click on it and it will take you directly to it. But I hope that you found value in this video, and if you did, again, if you could do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button right down below. And of course, if you have any questions or comments still, you can leave those down in the comment section. I'm Adam with How to Home, and I'll catch you in one of the next videos.